Hey guys, it's Stanley again, and I just made cinnamon rolls. It's been a hot minute since I've been on YouTube, but I'm back, I'm here, and I'm ready to get back into my routine in uploading stuff. Now, the reason I was away is because I was on a sort of vacation, a getaway into the mountains. We have a house there in the woods, the wilderness. It's this very pretty, witchy place where you can just chill, cast spells on everyone, put hexes on your worst enemies. We were alone with my family up there in the mountains, so the whole situation that's happening around the world. Basically, we wanted to get away from the whole situation happening around the world. So, since I'm the smartest person I know, I took my laptop with the idea of doing some work, and I forgot my laptop charger. So, I ended up not doing that work at all, and now I'm back home and still procrastinating to do that work. Well, I did do some of it. Some of the work was commission based. Spoilers, I'm going to be starting commissions soon, but I need to fix some stuff with PayPal and I'll get that stuff going. But basically I wanted to sort out all of the prices and things. So that's done, and all is left is the PayPal stuff. But yeah, anyway, I'm back home now. I'm living my best life. I'm all alone at home. Instead of doing work that I should be doing, I've been baking. So since I haven't uploaded for like ages now, mostly because I couldn't film and edit because I was away, I am doing that now. Like, hello, this is the video. This is the content. This is it, sis. Before I get into the nitty-gritty of this video, which is not really nitty nor gritty because I will be talking about a character in my webcomic, first I'll update you on the contest situation, which my last video was about. Emily Edwards made a contest in which people had to draw one of her characters from her webcomic, Roughshod, and submit it, and then she would announce a winner. So I'm one of the winners. I won a prize, a commission from her to draw whoever I pick. And it's a full body commission, so yay, cool. The character I picked is a character I haven't introduced yet on this channel and in my comic. He is a character from my webcomic Superhuman, and his name is Terry. Terry, last name, still haven't given him a last name, but I will give him one soon. Or maybe I'll just keep him at Terry and not really make up a last name for him, but that would be stupid, so we'll see. But for now his name is Terry. He's a hacker, a computer whiz, kind of a geek, kind of shy, very ginger, and he's nice looking, a pretty boy. Now, I don't want to give too much away about Terry. Like, I don't want to give up a lot about my characters, because a lot of the things involving the characters are spoilers. And I don't want to give people spoilers about my comic. But I do want to pique people's interest, and in order to advertise myself, I need to give out some of that information. But Terry is still not introduced into the comic. He's going to be a good guy. he'll be helping our heroes. I mean, good guy is loosely used in my universe, but he's helping the heroes, the protagonists. He's going to be their personal hacker and tech operator. Personality-wise, he is kind of geeky and kind of shy, but at the same time kind of weird-esque. Quirky, maybe, is the right word to use. Quirky and very nice to people, very kind. He wants everyone to be happy. He doesn't want his friends to suffer. He appreciates friendship. So he is going to want to be friends with the main characters, and he will treasure the friendship with them, but at the same time he might turn kind of into a pushover. But you'll see how that happens. It's a lot, it's spoilery, and you need to see it to get it. I think I'll be introducing him in issue 4. I will definitely not be introducing him in issue 3. So 4 is probably the issue he will come into. He has no powers. He's not a superhuman. He is, however, very smart and very skilled in hacking. He is not much of a fighter, however. He does have a pretty athletic build, but he's not a sporty person or a fighter type. More like he works out, I guess, and has the genes to accomplish a nice looking figure. He's also taller than both of the protagonists, well, not combined, but taller than both of the protagonists. Spitfire being the shortest, then it's the Reaper, and then it's Terry, who is the tallest. He's a tall boy. I haven't really written their height in metric values, but I think Rise is going to be somewhere around 180 centimeters tall, and Sam is going to probably be around 175 or 6, while Terry will be 182 or 3 probably. I know my metric system is in centimeters, but that's because I'm European and I don't really work in feet or inches or the American stuff that Americans use, because I'm not American and I never will be. So sorry, but this is what I will be working with. If you want to know how that translates in feet, then you can Google that, because I don't do that stuff. This is a European channel. Terry is also nearsighted. Could you guess that from the fact that he has glasses? He is nearsighted. I basically have color themes for each character. I think Rise leans towards darker colors. Rise being the Reaper. His civilian name is Rise Adrian. If you haven't read the comic book, that's the Reaper's civilian name. He tends to wear darker colors, blacks and dark blues, probably. While Spitfire wears a mixture of blacks, reds, blues, and whites. He has a stripy theme to most of his outfits. I haven't really showcased that a lot in his outfits, but in the third issue, he wears a very stripy tank top in one scene, and later on you see those themes reappearing in his outfits. That's basically what I decided to go with for his style. Terry, on the other hand, he wears pale yellows, mint greens, light blues, and the soft colors, which are more on the cooler spectrum. And that kind of contrasts with his hair. His glasses frames are red, and sometimes he would wear a small red detail to kind of go with those glasses, but it's never a full-on red article of clothing. He can, like, for instance, he can be wearing gloves, which are a pale green color, and only the thumbs would be red. Like, that's the amount of red he would wear. Or like, if he's wearing a coat, his buttons might be red, but it won't be any more red than that. He also likes wearing plaid patterns. Am I saying that correctly? Yep, it's plaid. Plaid patterns. I really like the plaid pattern look on him. I have a character sheet for him, and I wrote his fashion senses in quote, kind of has a fashionable grandpa vibe, which is very true. He does dress like a fashionable grandpa. He's also very much a workaholic, but at the same time he's a very loving person. That's basically the key thing to take away from him. He has a lot of flaws, but ultimately he's honestly the best character the best person in my cast of characters. Probably the only good person I've ever created as a character. You can draw your conclusions from that. Of course, being a good person with those two other idiots, it gets him into trouble. Things don't work out well in the whole dynamic of the group. That's what I'm gonna say. It's not nice. He's kind of there, and he's basically trying to be a peacekeeper. He wants everyone to get along, but the other two, they're very hot-headed, and you know how that is. Also, the added bonus that he doesn't murder people. That's a plus. Because if you haven't read my comic, I need to tell you that Spitfire and the Reaper kill a lot of people. They kill criminals, but they kill people. Those criminals are people. They have a flawed moral compass, and for now it doesn't really register as the comic recognizing that, but Terry kind of comes in as a contrast to that, and you really see how messed up the main characters actually are. Spitfire is definitely more bloodthirsty than the Reaper, because Spitfire has resorted to even threatening or even harming innocent people for quote-unquote the greater good. The Reaper, on the other hand, is kind of living in denial. He doesn't want to accept the fact that what they're doing isn't 100% okay. He kind of lives in his own world where he is the hero of his own story, while the people who died from his hand were just bad guys. They're both kind of sociopathic, like not in the literal medical sense, but years of killing kind of led them to being less sensitive to death of people, especially people that they don't really know or care about, such as criminals. So they do kill. It is easy for them to kill, is what I'm saying. They're very detached from it nowadays. And Terry is there to be kind of the opposite of that. He does believe that what they're doing is good and helpful to society, but he doesn't 100% agree with their methods. So he kind of tries to be like, hey, why don't we try a more peaceful approach, or maybe not necessarily kill everyone at the crime scene. but just capture them and let the police take them in. And the characters most of the time are like, maybe that's not the best idea. Mostly Spitfire is against that. The Reaper is more willing to hear what Terry says. I'm rambling on and on about this stuff, and I know that I have exposed a lot of the relationships people will have with each other, but believe me, I haven't said anything yet about what's going to happen, what exactly is going to be the dynamic between these three characters, what that will lead to, and things about Terry's past and future and present actually I have not explained. Also, there's a lot of backstory to be revealed to Spitfire, explaining why he is the way he is, and there's also explaining why the Reaper is the way he is. There's a lot of things that I'm still unfolding. And in issue 3, basically it all starts to melt. Like the whole story goes in a direction probably people weren't exactly expecting, or maybe they were expecting it, but it starts revealing things that are kinda new. New information is brought to the table. And as Terry comes in, we realize that we actually don't know nothing about the characters we are seeing interact and do things. We start noticing slowly that not everything is what it seems, and maybe what we thought we knew about people isn't exactly what it is. Like, it's not the truth. Maybe people are pretending to be something they're not. Or maybe they're pretending to be something that they are. That makes no sense, but it basically starts to... You start realizing that not everything you think you know is true, if that makes sense. Basically, I've thought about the story till the last issue, where, like in the last season, you realize that things are very different from what the characters have revealed them to be, but I don't want to get into that. There's the journey to finding out where their powers come from hasn't even begun. There's a lot to go through. There's a lot to learn about Enigma Tech, about everyone who has powers, and about forces in this world which exist. It's complicated. I don't want to get into spoilers. In each character is kind of a puzzle piece to the whole story, a piece of the journey. Like, each character is kind of there to set a certain type of tone. Maybe is that correct to say? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm thinking things in my head without words, and it's difficult to put these things into words. You just have to see the story to see what I mean, and maybe analyze it if it's worth analyzing, or if it's not, then don't do that. Don't analyze it. It's best to not analyze it. I do want to do a lot with the series, a lot with this comic, and we'll see how it goes. But for now, enjoy Terry's pretty face while I'm drawing it, and I will see you in the next video, because this commentary is over. It's done. I will be posting more in the future. I still need to finish the video comic novel thing the dramatic reading of issue 1 of Superhuman which I've animated. There's more to be done with that, so I'm still working on that. Follow me on social media, my Redbubble account, my Society6 account, my DeviantArt, where I will be posting my commission prizes. I will also announce commissions on this channel when that happens. Donate to my Ko-fi account if you feel like donating to my Ko-fi account, but PayPal is still kind of not working, so whenever you can. And that's the video. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble yet again. Why are you doing this to yourself? Bye!